Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be taking a look at the MLB matches happening on Sunday, July 23, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for the day. Before we dive into the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You can find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Let's get started. Atlanta Braves vs Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers and Braves are two of the best teams in baseball, and they are currently tied for first place in the NL Central. The intensity of their rivalry is sure to ratchet up as they play 6 games in 8 days. The series opener was a close game, and I expect this series to be very competitive. I am taking the Brewers on the money line. The Brewers are home for this game, and they will be motivated to beat their former teammate, Julio Teheran. Teheran had a great start to the season, but he has cooled off lately. I am hoping that this is a perfect bounce-back start for him, but I think the Brewers will be able to get to him. These two have had a combined 94 of their games this season land under their respective totals. They did barely scrape over Friday's 9.5 total, with 10 combined runs. However, prior to that the Brewers had 7 straight games go under, and Atlanta had 6 of their prior 10 games land under. The under was also 6-4 in the last 10 matchups between these two teams heading into this series. So, they are more prone to lean in that direction. I also like the idea that Teheran comes to play in his first ever start against the team he came up with. Motivation matters and his will help keep Atlanta's runs down on the day. I also can't imagine, especially the way he has pitched this season, that Elder's troubles will spill into a third straight start. With the starters helping to keep scoring at a minimum, this total should stay the course. Take the under. Houston Astros vs Oakland Athletics. Although Brown has been less consistent in July, he has still been able to strike out a lot of batters and has been a durable pitcher on the road and during day games. Medina, on the other hand, has been more hittable during day games. The Astros have been hitting the ball well in July, especially during day games. I expect the Astros to win by a comfortable margin. I recommend taking the Astros minus 1.5 runs. Even with the Athletics' recent uptick in batting average, they still sit at the bottom of the league in batting average. The Astros have been able to capitalize on home runs, but overall their extra base hit rate hasn't been anything to write home about. What's more, home runs haven't been as prevalent during daytime affairs for Houston. Brown has thrown his best during the day, and Medina has come into form during the course of July, also limiting his home run exposure. Look for this total to stay under 8.5. Chicago White Sox vs Minnesota Twins. Ober has been a good pitcher at home this season. He has a 2.98 ERA and a 1.09 WHIP over 9 starts. He has also walked an average of just over 2 batters per 9 innings at Target Field. The Twins have won 3 of Ober's last 4 starts. They have also won 2 of their last 3 series at home. The White Sox have lost 3 of their last 4 games against the spread. They have also lost 4 of their last 5 games against the spread in which Giolito has started. The White Sox offense struggled at Target Field earlier this season. They batted only .178 with a .317 slugging percentage. Chicago has also underperformed on the road this season, losing 21 games in 46 chances. The Twins have beaten the White Sox in 3 of their last 4 games at home. The Twins' offense has also improved recently, batting a solid .270 with a .537 slugging percentage in their previous 7 games. I believe that the Twins will win this game by more than 1 run. All 3 of the games played at Target earlier this year between these two teams went under the run total. A total of 18 runs were scored during the 3-game set. The White Sox hit a lean .178 with a .224 OBP in Minnesota during the series. The White Sox have gone under the run total in 6 of their last 8 games, and they or their opponent has scored 2 runs or less in 4 of their last 6. Minnesota has pushed or gone under the run total in 4 of their last 6 games at home. Both teams rank in the bottom half of the league in average runs scored per game. Ober has been stingy in his past 3 games, allowing only 4 earned runs on 13 hits in 19 innings of work. He has given up 43 hits in 51.1 innings pitched at home. The White Sox offense has not been effective on the road this season, ranking towards the bottom of the league in many key categories, such as batting average and slugging percentage. The Twins have an elite pitching staff this season, ranking 3rd in the league in team ERA, with 3.77. Most signs point to a lower scoring affair when these teams meet on Sunday. Take the under 7.5. St. Louis Cardinals vs Chicago Cubs. St. Louis dropped Game 3 of the series in an 8-6 affair on Saturday. After the loss, the Cardinals sit at 44-55, and they're chasing the Brewers by 11.0 games in the NL Central. As for Saturday's game, Zach Thompson was saddled with a loss after giving up 3 earned runs on 2 hits over just 0.1 innings of work. Offensively, Lars Nootbaar blasted a home run in the first, while Nolan Gorman added a big fly in the fifth. Jordan Montgomery gets the nod in the series finale, and he'll be making his 20th start of the 2023 campaign. The left-hander comes into this one at 6-7 with a 3.14 ERA and 1.23 WHIP. Most recently, he faced the Marlins and limited them to just 1 earned run on 6 hits and 2 walks over 6.0 innings pitched. Montgomery took a no decision in the 5-2 extra innings victory. The offense has been a strong point for the Redbirds this year, as they're currently 11th in total runs scored, 470. Those runs are courtesy of the 8th-ranked team batting average, .257, and 7th best ops, .762. As for individual efforts, Brendan Donovan leads the way in both average, .286, and OBP, .374. Nolan Arenado has supplied the power with 21 long balls and 76 RBI. Chicago continues to hang around the playoff picture, as Saturday's win pushed them to 6.0 games back in the wild card. They're also 7.5 games off of Milwaukee's pace in the division. It was a bullpen game on Saturday where the Cubs used 6 total pitchers. Daniel Palencia earned the win in relief after tossing just 0.1 scoreless innings. Adbert Alzolay slammed the door in the 9th and picked up his 9th save of the season. As for the offense, Cody Bellinger had a big game, driving in 4 RBI. C. Sukuzi added a pair of RBI with a 3-5 day at the dish. Jamison Talon heads to the bump on Sunday, and the right-hander will be making his 17th start of the year. He enters this game at just 3-6 and owns a 6.05 ERA and 1.40 WHIP. Talon just faced the Nationals on Tuesday and limited them to 3 earned runs on 7 hits and a walk over 5.2 innings pitched. He took a no decision in a game that the Cubs won 17-3. Similar to the Cardinals, the Cubs' offense has been an asset this year. They're currently 10th in runs scored, 472, thanks to the 14th-ranked team batting average, .252, and 13th best ops, .735. Individually, Nico Horner leads the way in average, .273, and RBI, 54. Patrick Wisdom has launched a team-leading 17 bombs in 2023. The Cardinals have finally been playing decent baseball lately, and I'll ride with a -1.5 on Sunday. There are a couple of reasons why I'm comfortable laying the 1.5 runs rather than simply taking them on the money line. Let's start with the main one. Jamison Talon. The right-hander is having a subpar year as he owns a 6.05 ERA and 1.40 WHIP. Furthermore, the Cardinals have decent head-to-head numbers against him as they're slashing .270, .29, 2.476 over 63 at-bats. Secondly, Chicago's bullpen was taxed pretty heavily on Saturday after using 6 total pitchers in a bullpen game. Talon isn't necessarily the guy you want to send to the mound when your arm barn is basically running on fumes. Those two factors combined with the fact that St. Louis is 7th in both team batting average, .273, and ops, .809, over the last 15 days, makes me love this spot. Let's ride with the Cardinals on the run line. As I was alluding to above, I'm expecting a sizable offensive output from the Cardinals on Sunday. Honestly, I could see them putting up close to 9 runs just by themselves. So, if the Cubs are able to muster up just a few runs, we should be fine to clear the over. Statistically, the Cubs have been great offensively recently as well. Over the last 15 days, they're 3rd in the MLB in team batting average, .285, and 6th in ops, .817. They also have solid numbers against Jordan Montgomery, where they're slashing .280, .330, .439 over 107 at-bats. However, Montgomery owns a 1.06 ERA over his last 3 starts, 17.0 IP, which is an additional reason why I like the Cardinals to win. But, as I mentioned above, as long as the Cubs can notch a couple of runs, we should be good. Let's sit back and root for offense. Give me the over.